Alright, today we're going to be jumping back into the Bitcoin price action as well as the markets overall. But before we do get into that, I found out there was an issue with my Discord. The verifier bot did not have the right roles set. So if you have been trying to get into the Discord recently but have failed to do so because of this error that was popping up, just know I have fixed that. So for anyone that wants to join the community in my Discord and get technical analysis from me in a more timely manner than these videos, make sure to click that link in the description. Everything should be all set and you should be able to get verified and get access to all those channels. Not only that, but as well, linked below you will see that I have a merch store. This is just something for you guys to give you a cool design so you can represent the brand. If I go over here to my price settings, it is set as a non-profit shop. I make no money off anything being sold here, and I actually did go ahead and order a couple of these shirts from different manufacturers. And the reason I've chosen to go with these is because the quality of the design that they print on the shirts is fantastic compared to others. So while the fabric, softness isn't the best in the world, I still think they're very good t-shirts. If you want a closer look at the design, this is it in Photoshop right now. So you get this cool like Bitcoin design with some cranes flying over the sunset. So yeah, if you are interested in representing the brand, I got that linked below as well. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the Bitcoin price action. We did get a nice swing failure of this sweep level. I believe I talked about it in my last video, but I'm not 100% sure, but I have had this on my chart, and yeah, you can see price came up and swung back under within hourly closes and just absorbed buyers here. Over on Trading Light, I was watching this live and I actually pulled this fib because I was looking to take a short on this sweep level to like golden pocket. I was going to enter this, but it was after New York session had closed, and I don't like to sleep with positions open in the order books. Also, I know that 74K is the target, right? Like this is not going to be a macro top for Bitcoin, so I wasn't too worried about getting into a short. But yeah, following my protocol, I would have gotten about half filled on this position, and it would have played out decently for me, right? It would have been a nice short to take here. But what's really interesting is if you look at the walls on Binance, we had whales FOMOing into the order books, and this is something to take note of, right? Just because there are large buyers in the order books does not mean they know what they're doing, and these whales just got completely absorbed. In here you see multiple walls that were evenly separated. So this is, in my opinion, one whale limiting in a bunch of positions trying to get filled because he is foaming into price action, right? 500 Bitcoin, 500 Bitcoin, 500 Bitcoin, and if I turn off the cluster here, you can see another 500 Bitcoin. So 2,000 Bitcoin in limit longs being placed into the order books right here. And then we have just a bunch more walls. I don't know if this is the same guy that just has infinite money and is deciding to FOMO to Bitcoin at the highs just now or what, but tons of walls just being limited into the order books all throughout here. I mean, this is thousands of Bitcoin in long positions on Binance, and you can see with all of this buying pressure, price is just absorbing it at the sweep level, right? Because you have your smart traders that are just like me, and they saw the swing fail of this level with a failed auction, right? Buy imbalance on the top of the wick, and they know that the edge is in favor of shorts right now. So they're just absorbing all of these buyers at the sweep level, and eventually you can see price does reject, and all of these longers have to force close, which then of course cascades price down. And that's just a good example of why, like, even if you have a lot of long walls in the order books, you don't really have to be scared of taking a short, because whales are just not always the smartest. Now, just like I was saying before, I don't think this is a macro top. I actually think, the pullback is essentially pretty much over. Like, we could sweep this one more time, maybe back to the VWAP, that volume weighted average price of the uptrend. But other than that, I mean, these highs right here where the absorption was going on are not good highs. Like, there's going to be a ton of stops up above here, and that's going to get squeezed along with the liquidity behind the 74K level. So yeah, I'm definitely not bearish at all right now. I don't care that I missed this short. I'm just going to wait for price to sweep up into all-time highs, and then that's where we do need to be being a little bit more cautious, because there's no guarantee that we need to just keep going up past 74K, right? Once that liquidity is grabbed, depending on market structure, a top could come in at that level, but we'll worry about that when it gets there. Also, real quick, just to note this, I mean, we had a 1 hour bearish divergence, and this is another reason I was thinking about shorting this. You can see, lower highs on RSI, high highs on price. So that's another confluence that I would have had for that trade. Always want to have an edge on your RSI to be taking trades. And you can see right now we are sitting on that hourly 50 EMA, which is, in my opinion, the best kind of moving average, which does tend to play out more often than others. So yeah, I could see support being held here and that, becoming the low. So yeah, Bitcoin's still extremely bullish. I do expect us to squeeze through all-time highs any day now. So I would not be too worried with this, local top that we're having right now in the price action. Jumping over to Ethereum, you can see we have continued to make higher highs while Bitcoin is pulling back in here, higher lows on the 4-hour as well. And do we have a hidden bullish divergence here? Yes, we do. So yeah, you can see higher lows on price, whereas we have a lower lows on RSI. That is an extremely good thing to see for Ethereum. I would not be surprised if this is the low right here, and we do just continue to go vertical. You can also see we have, 1 hour hidden bullish divergence as well. So yeah, that's all really good to see. I think Ethereum is going to continue to outperform Bitcoin for the rest of the cycle. And looking at our Bitcoin dominance chart, you can see this has also continued to fall, making a lower low on the daily time frame now. And I do expect this macro trend that we've had since 2017 to go ahead and fail, and for price to go ahead and start hunting down to that 40% level that we were talking about in the last video. And this is, of course, where your altcoin season happens. So yeah, altcoin season has officially started, right? We are starting to see a lot of projects just start popping off with 30 to 50% days. So yeah, real exciting times in the crypto market as far as that goes. Jumping over to the S&P, you can see we have tapped our highs one more time, just building more liquidity up there. This is like confirmed. We're going to break these highs, go into price discovery once again on S&P, and I would not be surprised to see it just continue this angle of attack and for us to just absolutely send into a blow off top when all of these bears start capitulating. Jumping over to the DXY, this is the one more bearish thing I had talked about on the channel that, since we did get back above the value area high of this macro range we have been building on the dollar, that this coming up would actually be bearish for markets. But the fact that we have seen assets rallying while the dollar has been, trading sideways and up here gives us the case that I had talked about in a previous video of essentially the dollar milkshake theory, where all other currencies flow into the dollar. So that basically means that just because the dollar is priced based off of other foreign currencies, that even though currencies overall are flowing into assets such as stocks, precious metals, and crypto, making those assets outperform all dollars, that the DXY may still continue up because those assets are also flowing into the dollar to seek stability during this time. And you did see this happen during the dot-com bubble of 2000. So there certainly is a case that the dollar can run with crypto. It's not the end of the world if the dollar comes up here, especially when it is just more sideways than anything. So yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about that at all. And since I have it up here, I guess we'll look at total 3 real quick. You can see not really too much to say. It's just flat since yesterday, still within this range where a lot of volume has been traded. So I do expect altcoins to kind of be more or less slower in this area until we do break these highs, and that's where you could see things just go completely vertical. But that's not to say they won't outperform Bitcoin right now, because I do think many of your altcoins will continue to outperform Bitcoin just like Ethereum is for the rest of the cycle. So yeah, that's going to be all for this video. Sentiment is still the same. We are definitely going to those all-time highs on Bitcoin, and when we do go to all-time highs, I'm going to try to get in a live stream, so be looking out for that. I'll update you guys probably in tomorrow's video on when I'll actually do that live stream. It'll obviously just depend on when Bitcoin's going to go ahead and break those all-time highs. But yeah, just like I was talking about at the beginning of this video, the Discord is fixed, so make sure to go ahead and join the Discord. Link is in the description down below. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.